Tape www.suividecolosénégal.com. À École au Sénégal, c'est facile, tu n'as qu'à te connecter. Tape École au Sénégal, les leçons sont beaucoup plus détaillées.
Good morning, everyone. This is Teacher Raisa. I'm back with you today. Today, we're going to look at a couple of expressions, okay? And when we talk about expressions, we talk about things that you often usually use either as a way of showing appreciation, regret, disappointment, being indifferent, being not feeling well. Those are all expressions. So what are some of those terms that you use oftentimes? And so we're going to look at a bunch of examples as far as appreciation is concerned. Why appreciation? Because it's always good to say thanks, okay? To give thanks, to say thank you. It's a way of gratitude. And a lot of people sometimes forget those little things. Just a simple thank you can go a long way. You cannot even begin to imagine, okay? So showing gratitude to someone for something or because the person did it, it's a wonderful thing. I think it's a way of boosting that person's spirit. And of course, if you're showing gratitude, it's not just by way of mouth, it's by your actions, it's by your appearance as well. Because for example, if you do something good to me and I'm like, thank you. You see the expression on my face? It doesn't show, your lips are saying thank you, but your heart is not saying that. And oftentimes people read that. So appreciation should actually, even though you're saying it, people should actually see that you're really, really grateful, that you're really, really thankful, that you're really, really happy for what he or she has done or what the team has done, okay? And sometimes appreciation is not just about one person. It could be a team. It could be a group of people, okay? So it's very, very important that as you go along, that you always say thank you, okay? It is very, very important. And so we're going to look at, for example, a couple of examples. I'm going to give you situations wherein you can actually say, use those words if need be. And then, of course, if you have more, you can join us. Okay, but the easiest one to show appreciation, and then it is, of course, is appreciation. It is not appreciation. It is appreciation, showing gratitude, being grateful, showing a lot of love, for what someone has done. And the normal one that we always say is thanks. Thanks. Oftentimes you hear it all the time. Thanks. It's so easy. It's so simple. You just say it and you just move to other things, and you just say thanks. But you should realize that thanks is actually an informal way of showing gratitude. You would not, in a normal, formal business world, just say thanks. Okay, complete sentences. Remember we talked about formal and informal. In the formal world, in the business world, of being more serious, or more professional, you would say thank you. You can even go to an extent of saying, if you knew the person, thank you, Mr. Smith. Thank you, Team A. Thank you, Group A. That's being personal. That is personalizing the group. And that even touches them more rather than just generalizing. Thanks. Okay, so in a formal setting, in a professional setting, it is better off to just, be much more professional, much more personal and say, thank you, Mr. Smith. Thank you, Miss Grace. Thank you, Isaiah. Thank you, sir, or thank you, Team A. It's better off to do that. So we have thanks, we have, of course, thank you, or in a more informal, colloquial, more friendly way that you actually hear a lot of people say, thanks y'all. There's an S. Thanks y'all. It just means I thank you all. Thanks to you all, okay? It's an American expression, thanks y'all. It's just a way of saying thanks to you all. And maybe it's about a lot of people that did something, a team, workers, or, I say, oh, thanks y'all. It's just a simple local way of saying thank you, okay? But please never ever use that in a more formal setting, okay? Thanks y'all. And then we go now into different ways that I have on the board. I'm deeply indebted to you. Indebted. I'm deeply indebted. It means that maybe that person did something that went way beyond the core. Maybe that person saved you from a situation or a dilemma that you couldn't even wrap yourself in from. You know, you did not understand it. And then out of a sudden, someone just came and just saved you at the last minute. You know, that we're probably going to lose a deal. You're probably going to lose a client. You're probably going to be late for something. You're probably going to be late for a payment. And somebody suddenly comes and just scoops you out of it. I am deeply indebted. It means you can never actually pay back that person for what that person did to you. The person may not even begin to imagine what you would have lost if he or she hadn't stepped in. So I am deeply indebted to you. Okay, it's a formal way of talking or telling someone, thank you. I am deeply indebted to you. You can even say that without necessarily even saying thank you. Okay, it speaks volume. Okay, and then the next one is, I'm grateful to or for you. I'm grateful to you. I'm grateful for you. And so to you could be because the person has done something, or for you means that probably you're just grateful for that person's presence, for that person's actions, for that person's thoughts. So you can say, I'm grateful to you, or I'm grateful for you. Being grateful is a way of saying thank you. Okay, showing appreciation. And then we have, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You have a worker or an employee or, that works with you and makes life a little bit more easier for you. And so you tell that person, you know what? I appreciate you. I appreciate your efforts. You know, the person is putting in extra time. The person is going way and beyond the job description, the job core. The person is always there when you need it. You know, oftentimes the person will, just try to step in and trying to help you out even when you don't ask. You tell that person, you know what? I appreciate not only you for your kind-heartedness, but I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate the time that you put in. I appreciate your investment. You are appreciating someone, and you're appreciating that person's efforts as well. Okay, because you can be happy about someone's presence. Yes, the person is there, but it's a person working that hard. At the end of the day, are you achieving the data or the amount that you're supposed to, the objective of the day of the week? And so those person's efforts are being appreciated. Okay, and so please take note, not only are you appreciating someone, but you're appreciating that person's efforts, that person's input, that person's intake, what the person is putting in. Okay, so that is appreciating someone or the person's effort, and you should use it. If you have someone around you that is being helpful, that is always present, do you get the time to appreciate them? Do you even tell them? It's important that they know that you're appreciated. It's important that they know that you're recognized. It's important that they know that you're noticed. Okay, sometimes people just want to hear it so that it boosts your spirit, so they can even work harder. Okay, they need to know that you notice them. They need to know that they know that you know. They need to know it. You need to tell them. Maybe not directly. You can do that even indirectly. You can drop a note, you can drop a letter, you could give out a shout out, whatever it is, and appreciations come in different form. You don't necessarily have to tell them like I said, but you can get even a candy and put it on their desk. They would know that you're showing them, some kind of love, some kind of appreciation. Just those little things. It goes a long way, because appreciation, oftentimes, that one thing I did not mention is appreciation. It's not only about verbal actions, okay? It could be, it's just not verbal, like I said, but it could be the little actions that you do. What is it that you do around them to make them notice that you notice them, or to make them know that you appreciate them? Do you drop a candy? Do you drop a flower? Do you give them a card? Do you give them lunch? Do you have them go early, maybe to spend time with your families? What is it? What is that action that you do so they know that they're appreciated? Okay, do you make it lenient on them? Do you probably not punish them as much if they come late? What is it that you do? You need to tell them that they need to see that. They need to know that. Okay, and so we're on. I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate you. What about this is great? Someone did a wonderful presentation. Someone did a wonderful work. If you have students like me, the person had a perfect presentation in your notebook. So the person explained perfectly to your question. The person even went an extra mile. This is great. This is awesome. Or you are awesome. You can even say you are awesome. You're an awesome person. You're a good catch. Those are informal way of saying, you're a good catch. You're an awesome person. You're an awesome team. You are so great. That's wonderful. Maybe that person actually went beyond and above, or that person was probably on time consecutively, or the student had a good paperwork, a good presentation. You said, that is great. You were great. You were awesome. That's super work. That's appreciation. Super work. This is great. Those are some situations that you can use these words. Okay, this is great. You are so great. I mean, you see the stress on so, not just simply you are great, but you are so great. I mean, even in the informal, they say you are super, super great. You see that? You are super, super great. This is super, super good. This is so, so great. This is so, so good. But those are informal, okay? So informal terms. But they're also great. You can use that with your team, if you're friendly with your team, with your kids, with your students, that's perfect.